Romo, but if you are coming from the Riverside Drive, there is a bit of traffic joining on to Waiyaki Way, but seems to be bearable up until ABC Place. If you do see any accidents or incidents, be sure to let us know on +254 788 3830. And we'll be sure to let the peoples know. But now we get back into the music. We are officially in that Kenyan hour, starting off with one of my favorite songs of all time, Daudi Kabaka's Pole Musa.
Kweli Musa, uliponioa sura yangu haikuwa na alama hata moja. Nilikuwa na nzuri, niliona mambo ima ya kirike. Musa kweli Musa, uliponioa sura yangu haikuwa na alama hata moja. Nilikuwa na nzuri, niliona kama mambo ya kirike.
Bilia Bell, Naki Nairobi. Let's take it back, all the way back as we reminisce this morning. It's all about that throwback therapy only on the Breakfast Jam. Getting you started nice and early. Of course, we're going to be taking a look at some of the news making the headlines this morning. You can try and get to the conversation on +254 788 380 0030. Well, it was a highly publicized trip to the Americas, and there were a lot of reactions, mixed or otherwise, to this trip. It was said that our dear president went with around 30 peoples. He was supposed to be, among other places, visiting the Tyler Perry studios. Unfortunately, Medea was not available for that particular trip. So she didn't meet up with him, but they sent Steve Harvey instead. I think Steve Harvey has met more Kenyans than anybody in Hollywood combined. From Elsa Majimbo, now Eddie Butita, the president, and his entire entourage. Okay, yes, the president had an entire entourage that comprised of very many people. Now, there's one person who I was very surprised to see in that group of people, and that is or was embattled singer and once divorced Vivian. And she was there, trying to steal a selfie with the president and Steve Harvey. And I was like, what you doing there? Like, how'd you make it onto that plane? I want to be on that list the next time he goes down, because I was like, hiya. How did she make the criteria? Oh, is she already in the States? I don't know. It's quite interesting. But probably she was already in the States, because I saw there was a delegation of people who addressed the president and managed to make it to a dinner while he was at the Tyler Perry studios, one of them being King Kanja. And he managed to give a speech to the president. We'll be speaking about King Kanja later on today as we get into the entertainment, because he was here over the weekend with the one Bobby V. We'll be looking at that later on in the show. But yes, there was a whole contingent of Kenyans who were able to meet up with the president and visit the studios, visit the White House. I saw a few friends who were on the lawn of the White House. For those who managed to make it in, FOMO was real. We saw all the pictures. Now, of course, with all the pictures that came out, Kenyans were just like, why? 200 million spent on a jet. And guys were baffled as to the expense of it all. And then it was not one of our national carriers. Now, if you know anything about our national carriers, namely KQ, you'll know that they have been struggling for a very long time. So for a lot of Kenyans, they were like, couldn't that money have been better spent on giving it back to our own, as opposed to using somebody else's? And of course, a lot of people raised red flags. Even in India, I told you, there was an anchor who went on her show, on her bulletin, and called out the president, said if it moves, it is taxed. And secondly, the point she made about the plane that was used to visit the United States. Well, according to our dear president, it was not a waste of money. He went on to his platform, that's on X, and put out a statement and said, fellow Kenyans, I have noted concerns on my trip to USA as a responsible steward of public resources and in keeping with my determination for us to live within our means, and that I should lead from the front in so doing. The cost was less than traveling on KQ. Now, some Kenyans did do their homework. They went and asked their fellow comrades who were there in KQ, like, what up? How much would it cost to take like 30 people to the US? And they were saying, yeah, it could be cheaper, because not only about the flight tickets, but also meals on the flight, blah, 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 blah. Right. But some people are not too convinced, one of them being Dr. Miguner. He went also on X and addressed the president and said, President at William Ruto, this is unacceptably reckless. It's also false and unpatriotic. How can a president, even of a failed state, justify paying a foreign company or family millions of dollars if taxpayers' money for a jet instead, or rather, of taxpayers' money for a jet instead of promoting and using a national carrier. He said, apologize. He was not one to please. And when Miguna is not pleased, where the whole world will hear about it. Now, of course, he's come from changing his tune to, criticizing the opposition on a daily, to now criticizing the government that is currently standing. He was not too happy about that. Again, Kenyans were not so psyched because they're like, we are being heavily taxed, yet money is being spent on, a jet. Other people who were remarking were like, Mr. President, you're all about climate action, climate change, and here you are using something that costs millions of shillings to fuel to go to another country. Couldn't there have been another means? Now, his statement was made a day after he made similar remarks during an interview with the VOA Africa, during which he stressed that his mode of transport was informed by austerity measures. Naruto remarked that it was preposterous for people to keep repeating claims that the jet was leased for 5 days at a cost of 200 million. He says, I think the expenditure on my trip is completely exaggerated. They actually border on ridiculous. I'm very careful about the resources that I spend. President William Ruto, while denying the 200 million claim, did not indicate how much taxpayer cash was used to fund the trip. The State House initially explained that Ruto and his delegation could not have used the presidential jet as it would have necessitated 5 stopovers for refueling. Now, on May 21st, the United States Embassy in Nairobi dispelled rumors that it had chartered the jet on behalf of the Kenyan government. So they were like, all these rumors can be put to rest. We neither chartered the plane. That money was not spent every day, but there is still questions being raised. How much was it? How much do you think was spent on this trip? How much of taxpayers' money went into going to see Joe Biden and his wife and Tyler Perry studios? I would love to hear your thoughts on +254 788 380030. Let's get back into the music. And when we come back, we'll be looking at directives that were given out last week that had a lot of Kenyans baffled. Keep it here for more on that.
Asiputwa na mamaye ataputwa na nini, kuvunjwa na kuundwa na nini, kuchungwa kama umefungwa, lakini raundi hii MCs wanafukuzwa na DG. Kama umeroga na raia wajafurahia, siweni gasia na unajipandisia. Sasa basi nipe nafasi kiasi tu, sivangi rasmi lakini kazi ni kazi tu, ngoma nazi tu, safi juu watu wanaulavi na nifanya kazi, si basi nitakula mavi. Ngaro squeeze wanga ni fundi na eko bana, simu nichangie mapesa nisaidie eko bana, kama mrembo wiko basi matempo siko, kwanza ni mchanganyiko wakuna mabadiliko, simu inalia kani bibi sema siko, kama ni yule mwingine basi nitasema niko, na ile hali niko, ninakuuliza watu nani mnoma kuniliko, kule ni hiyo joba Patandai, nitawai walhamdulillah, bado sijapatandai, lakini nitawai walhamdulillah. Mala nasema mkate tumeshiba, ya tumechinga, madinga tumekinda, wakuinga tumechinga na tukawawinda. Shamba tujalima tumechimba, na kupanda jina tukiimba. Naitwa Jerry tu nifanye nini kama rhymes na flows ni heri ni hali tu. Na mara ya kwanza kunywa Malibu, niliharibu kilabu na matapiko kwa ukuta za korido. Enda deep kama katikati, ya nete mbali mpaka na vunja matofari. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari, mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila matri, pesha za boxi, nishike taxi. Na roundi, nda boti moti, biti dobi, kama renubi. Bori kama woti, wana maspoti, fumo ya koti, koti. Akufukusaya kwa mitoka chomoka mwenyewe lyrics zinapoporomoka tumia nyoka inapofanya ngozi kutoboka ndivyo rhyme zetu fanya morali kukutoka mtemoni wata nyoki urambe hatari na ukimfuata kadhi sutapata kuswali na ukiswali tutapata mali ama morali wafuate fundi Frank na Kesau find ram kalikali hiyo za sakafuni wichia ukingoni science suisha tushikapo microphone kama stoni tutanga kimwizi maarufu tukipoteza lyrical marudufu na tutakapowaindai why lie muna deny lakini mnasikia kudai ati kivipi wabibi la suti na tai wanaweza kuduma demwenyu kuaga Patandai, nitawai walhamdulillah. Patandai, nitawai walhamdulillah. Patandai, nitawai walhamdulillah. Patandai, nitawai walhamdulillah. Bye. Case out. Fundi Frank. Case out. Fundi Frank. Bye. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Bila gidi na leta maji Kalahari mpaka mchanga ni matope kila mahali. Yeah.
Genge tena ni bamba mbaya, yani mchiki yani kisikia ni musikia sikia kapige nduru sikia tu mnajua ni aje chote taambia leo tani chipu tu maisha yangu tamu siku hizi narukia mbala kimama kutuliza kabla pombe niwe tabidi mwata kabisa ama naanza kukunywa wana nywele zangu zimerefuka mpaka ataniambia zipunguze walikuwa na furaha nimeacha ngoma sababu nimepotea ngoma ni mingi ngoma na zote ziko poa kama mchelemekiwa mnazi ama imekusiwa kanzo mimi nakubamba basi ukatike neke na kushika subiri sauti ya tenze chukua chali yako chukua manzi yako mweke karibu stoke naye leo hata sitaki tupe mkono juu mimi nipigishie tukichwa yako sitaki ukatike sana mpaka uvunje mguu nisaidie mama
a few technical difficulties over there, but we'll be getting back into that music in just a little bit. Of course, we had Ndaye, K-South, Fundi Frank, and Shaki. Of course, Fundi Frank was over the weekend hosting and emceeing Bobby Valentino and everybody from the old school vibes on We Love R&B. We're going to be talking about that later on. We had Juakali with Kiasi. Now, there's one thing that I always wondered about how he spelled his name, because Juakali is normally Jua and then Kali with a K. But for his is Juakali with a C. And when I was writing it down, it finally dawned on me, oh, Kumbe, it's California, because, that's where they're from. That's the hood that they rep. So the Kali is with the C because it's from California, right? Got it? Are you just like me? If you didn't know, now you knew. All right, now let's finish off with the rest of the news making the headlines this morning. Now, there were a few of directives that were floating around last week that had guys wondering what is going on. One was from KFCB. This is the Kenya Film and Classification Board. Now, this came out last week, Friday. And they started sending out demand letters. Yeah, they were like, you get a demand letter, you get a demand letter, you get a demand letter. And it was being sent out to mostly content creators who use YouTube as their main platform of broadcast. So everybody from the likes of Ogobina to okay, there were many. I'll be looking at them just a little bit. But yes, and Jackie Vike and, quite a number of people were sent out demand letters. And of course, guys were like, since when can any government in any part of the world start issuing licenses for content that has been put on to any social media platform? Now, the one thing that stands out for sure is the fact that, our government has managed to get taxation happening on these platforms. Like if you do a sponsored ad, or rather put out a sponsored ad with Facebook, then you are taxed. And I think the same happens with YouTube. The taxation is there. But I think that's the farthest that can go in regards to having any regulation put in place. Licensing does not quite meet the mark. And it was said that a letter was sent out to private emails of the guys that were being targeted. And the board demanded the individuals to comply with the Films and Stage Plays Act by, among other regulations, by obtaining licenses in 14 days and submitting their works for classification before broadcasting. And I remember they have said to comply with Films and Stage Plays Acts. Now, the same read, we issue filming licenses to local and foreign filmmakers within Kenyan and in line with the Films and Stage Plays Act, Cap 222 laws of Kenya. Now, the classification board directed the content creators to apply for licenses before planning, scripting, filming, and publishing their content online. Planning, scripting, filming, and publishing, okay? Now, the demand letter also stated that applicants for the licenses must submit a certificate of registration certificate, incorporation for company, KRA PIN, and of course, a professional certificate in audiovisual media production, filmmaking, and a list of equipment. Now, a lot of people were up in arms, including Abel Mutua. Eric Omondi was like, dare them. Let them try. They know me in those halls. They have tried me before. They can never try me again. Also, Miguna found it ludicrous, and he said, there is no way that can happen. It's like seeking licenses for X, Facebook, or any other forms. Now, putting out content for it to be regulated would mean everybody has to be regulated who puts out any form of content. Up from the State House, down to whoever is on TikTok. Okay. and it just does not set an entire precedent that is actually accurate. Um, the CEO, I think he's the CEO, Njogo Njoroge, came out and was like, okay, that was wrong. I've rescinded the demand letters. It makes no sense. Let's take it back. Of course, a lot of questions are still being asked as to how these letters and who chose for these letters to come out. But thankfully, they were rescinded. And another directive that came out was on the ban on the sale and distribution of mogoka. And that was supposed to be happening in Mombasa and Kilifi counties. Now, this is marking a significant step in the coastal region's efforts to curb the distribution and use of the stimulant. Now, with the decree issued by Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir and his Kilifi counterpart Gideon Mungaro, all outlets, whether retail or wholesale, involved in selling or distributing mogoka within the two counties are mandated to cease operations immediately. This, however, is a big blow to the livelihoods of mogoka farmers and other players who have invested heavily in its value chain. It is estimated that mogoka contributes approximately 22 billion annually to the economy of Embu County. On the other hand, Kenya has also significantly benefited from exporting Myra, an almost similar stimulant to mogoka, to neighboring counties, owing to an increase in demand. Now, Myra is predominantly farmed in Meru County, while mogoka is predominantly farmed in Embu County. Now, what's the differences between Myra and mogoka? First of all, of course, I never want anybody's rights to be taken away, but I can't stand the stuff. Like, I can't stand talking to somebody who has that stuff in their mouth. So if you want to meet with me after you're done with it, throw it out, spit it out, then we can talk. But what is the difference? Now, widely referred to as kat, mogoka and Myra are plants whose fresh leaves and soft twigs are chewed to release a juice that alters a user's mood. Now, while Myra has a juicy, succulent stem that is chewed, mogoka is a relatively short shrub with edible leaves with no stem. Now, mogoka is produced in Embu. Of course, we mentioned again Myra in Meru, and mogoka is considered to be a cheaper commodity compared to Myra, and hence readily mogoka is available for users. Now, of course, there's been a kind of like crackdown on what they deem to be drugs and things that could alter the state of mind of a person. So it first started off with illicit brews, then it went down to shisha. And, there's a certain, community that heavily thrives off of these things. Because if they don't drink alcohol, they're on shisha and mogoka and Myra. And some of them went online over the weekend, and I was howling, looking at some women who were over there questioning their dear Kilifi governor while chewing the stuff live on video after the ban. As in, I'm telling you, Kenyans never disappoint, and they were not too happy. Now, the thing about mogoka is that it's more potent than Myra, and as one has to consume more leaves to get stimulated. In turn, chewing the leaves of mogoka, it's slightly more addictive than the stem of Myra. Now, according to Nakada, both products contain similar effects, which include lack of sleep, anxiety, hyperactivity, teeth discoloration, constipation, increased heart rate, impaired memory, insomnia, blurred vision, libido change, impotence, fine tremors, dizziness, fibrosis, among others. Now, in women, it can lead to one's baby having low birth weight, stillbirths, and impaired lactation. Now, of course, it has been, a staple crop in the country for a very long time. Even athletes who were found to have taken the substance were banned for years without an understanding as to it being regularly taken in the country. Of course, a lot of guys are wondering, is it seriously that serious? Like, should we have to seriously ban it from ever being consumed? I'd love to hear your thoughts at +254 788 380030. If you are affected in one way or another, what are your thoughts on this ban? And possibly if it spreads worldwide or Kenya-wide, what do you think could be the adverse effects for both the farmers and the consumers of this particular crop. Again, my number is +254-788-380030. You can also hit me up on Icon Radio KE platforms, especially there on YouTube in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Let's get back to the music at exactly 9 a.m., where it's all about your requests. Let us know exactly what you'd like to get played. We got you covered this manic Monday and getting you driving off to work in style. Keep it right here on The Breakfast Jam with your girl, Myra Maloba, the Afro-Punk Queen.
Jalina and the Sharaka, Jalina and the Shawaka, Jalina and the Chajanga, Jalina and the Jarata. The Mancha, for this Namalia, the Mancha, Manani Paminetsu, Yonani Pamatetsu, Suela Matera get to Tamna Benigaretsu. Nakula Pamache, five-star girls and Jensen, Emuona, Kamata, for this Narangi Franya Chimanga, Rugara Fudia Chitanga, Sombia Kafita Nakanga. Umapigistu majanga anamwona kungonya tena alivyoshona umbo kama katuni wa kuchora Singida Dodoma kitandani Sodoma kiuno kama nyuki dondona tufunye na gira ofijeleta niparika mpira chunga tatu sijokanzira kashiko na ushize nyutagira mtoto jani mukire mpaka ndani shigire asa akili ligire tendo mama shiburi Many Kamata, oh, just Any Batia, Namizida Mosia, too sexy, yaman, bouge, yaman, Congo, Meumba, Apa Yaman, Zakamani, Casamena, yaman, too sexy, yaman, bouge, yaman, Congo, Meumba, Apa Yaman, Zakamani, Casamena, yaman, Yami, Zadiwa, mtoto jeni mukire mpaka ndani shigire asa akili ligire yendo mama chibure Tampoco kamu kepinti bisa Ikana wengine wanachukiza Shikalika diki yaman Moja niongeza bidi yaman Ukute ilizale langu yaman Nikapike pasi memare yaman Nakula kwa macho Nakula kwa macho Wajisna wamwangalia lakini batia nami sitamwacha
Rudi utotoni, sipotembea kibebwa mgongoni. Ufafa champion boy, nite Bwana Samata. Unaota mapembe ongeze mkia, na ukinibip tunakupigia. And let me make one thing clear. Bra 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 staki kusikia. Simba so chui so mama. Yangu inatosha kujigamba. Sina maneno kwenye kanga. Kazi juu ya kazi yanibamba tubamba. Sasa unaweza kutaki sasa. Sisi yana fegi uchome kibanda. Kalale wote ndoto zako za kitanda. Si bado tuko macho mida ya wanga. Unga mkanda, kazana kamba. Ama upate nyayo uchane msamba. Pasua miamba, pasua anga. Tunasemaga chambua kama karanga. Maisha na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki. Ukiwa sub, kiwa hap, kiwa juu, kiwa chini, piga muziki. Safari na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki. Kiba unachopenda, ukitaka kucheza, cheza muziki.
Bambata, shika, kamata, rumba, chakata. Kaboka mchizi, shadata, shadata.
Nataka kukimbia na hauna break. What do you expect? Bongo, Congo kwa tabu beki. Cheza lokasa ya mbongo, wezi kumeki. Watch yourself, sije ukajikonfuse. Msupa kuruka rege kwenye blusi. Kuna mchuzi, no excuse. Maisha yetu kila siku kama vile movie. Vitu vingine vitakaki uchuwaji. Utajikuta unatandikia watu jambi. Kusubiria embe chini ya mnazi. Umwelewesha chizi, utajipa kazi. Funga mkanda, kasa na kamba. Ama upate nyayo uchane msamba. Pasua miamba, pasua anga. Tunasemaga chambua kama karanga. Shana muziki, acha maneno weka muziki. Ukiwa sub, kiwa hap, kiwa juu, kiwa chini, piga muziki. Safari na muziki, acha maneno weka muziki. Kiba unachopenda, ukitaka kucheza, cheza muziki. Natamani tupotee kwenye map. Tunapeleka game to the top top. But I told ya that we don't stop, we don't stop. Natamani tupotee kwenye map. Tunapeleka game to the top top. But I told ya that we don't stop, we don't stop.
She's okay. I don't believe her. There's just something about the way she turned her back on me. I know in my mind I'll never leave her. There's just something about the way we love each other right. And even though we fight all night and day, I know sometimes in love there can be pain. And even though we need a little break, I know that you'll come back to me. You know that I'll come back to you. 'Cause that's when you'll start to feel my love. That's when you'll feel it. That's when you start to feel my love. That's when you'll feel it. Usiponipenda nitapendwa na nani? Nitakuwa mgeni wa nani? Ukiwa mbali nami nabaki tabani. Ona nahisi kisirani hawa haina maana. Nina wewe kuzozana. Ona tunasimangana. Hatuwezi semezana my love haina maana. Nina wewe kuzozana. Ona tunasimangana. Hatuwezi semezana. night and day. I know sometimes in love there can be pain, and even though we need our rain, I know that you come back to me, and you know that I come back to you. And that's when you start to feel love, feel it. That's when you feel it. That's when you start to feel my love, feel it. That's when you feel it. Fight all night and day. I know sometimes in love there can be pain, and even if we need a little break, I know that you come back to me. You know that I come back to you, and that's when you start to feel my love.
Ya, cheki, hakuna ujanja, hapa ni kazi na sala, hakuna kulala, kila siku mina saka, vile na kama unipati na hala, nipati ujina, bado tiziache nene kwa dala, ni pesa nafuata, cheda nataka nipeni za dala, kila githa, niko itha, hesabu zangu wanga za kuja, sai, sipotezi muda, nikitaka mina fuata buda na, vile najenga, inanijenga, vile najenga future, kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal, kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal. Yo, cheki, nikwenda wana, atia wana, rada ni chafu buka, sisiri napenda kuvuva na, kama ni nyaru tupa, ukupunguza pupa na ukutumbua unarushwa, hapa unafichwa na usingoje kutafutwa, kufunga mbichwa mali, safindo inavutwa, mimi nayo jukilalisho unapitwa, kama udaishia, mimi sitaki mashida, na kama ujaisikia, Nairobi City sindo uchachisha, kama unadai tisha, lipia kama ni ficha, alafu tubam kwa speaker, wajue nani preacher, na kama ni njia bisha, tukifika tunawakilisha, kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal. Kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal. And I ain't scared, I'm counting digits. I got no limits, don't be messing with my business. Usini there, mi niko fiti. Na wozia woga na misi wapi risiti. Kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal. Yo, kaire tu gadaka, doing her thing, this is a done deal.
How long should I wait for your love, little mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I am moved on, little mama. How long should I wait for your love, little mama? How long should I live for myself, little mama? Nimengoja sana baby na sitawacha. I might just find another, little mama. How long should I wait for your love, little mama?
Isha, you go looking for love and finding the one and suddenly Isha, suddenly Isha, Isha. Imagine living your life and never finding the one outside your time, Isha. But we both know it's better this way. Single and searching, like a veteran, nobody touching, manifesting. Single and searching, like a veteran, nobody touching. How long should I wait for your love, mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I am okay, mama. How long should I wait for your love, mama? Sometimes my ego gets into the way. When don't you are kasi ego sinifanyishe. What just that I kasi? I feel some type of way when I call you and you don't answer. I feel some type of way now see when the group losing my mind when I see you with your new guy. See you online, but you don't wanna reply. Losing my mind when I see you with your new guy. Do the online, don't wanna say goodbye. Should I wait for your love, mama? Tell me, are you coming back home in the summer? You might just find I am okay. Mama, how long should I wait for your love, little mama? Are you on? Who's gonna keep you missing when I'm gone? Who's back? Are you on? Who's gonna keep you missing when I'm gone? No time, don't waste my time. Pico vibes, please don't kill my vibe. Wash and wash it, let and let it. Sheria, ukukwe tu sheria. Wash and wash it, let and let it. Sheria, ukukwe tu sheria. Ukileta one time, nakupa two time, we have a good time. Tunajirusha mpaka aluta, we have a good time. Ukileta one time, nakupa two time, we have a good time. Tunajirusha mpaka aluta, we have a good time. Dance for me, dance for me, Billy, that's like I lose my niko na mtoto na sio wa kawaida, niko na shasha deka kalaita, na niko bampa tu bampa kwa faita. Tule, wewe na ule, pombe kwa wingi, watoto kwa wingi, pesa kwa wingi, cheza mziki kwa wingi. Ukileta one time nakupa two time, we have a good time. Si tunajirusha mpaka aluta, we have a good time. Ukileta one time nakupa two time, we have a good time. Tunajirusha mpaka luta, we have a good time. Dance for me, look dance for me, look dance like I lose my
Well, about your request this morning on the Breakfast Jam with your girl Myra Maloba, the Afro-Punk Queen at Icon Radio No.1 Entertainment Plug. Let us know exactly what you'd like to get played. We will get it for you. You are our bosses this particular hour. And we're going to be looking at some of the news that have been making the headlines in entertainment this week. Rather, from last week, we're going to be doing a little bit of a roundup. A lot has been going on. First of all, I'm just looking at something that was posted just a few minutes ago about Zuchu, who is over there begging her man's Diamond to get for her plastic surgery. It has become such a rampant thing in Africa. Like everybody and their mother is getting lipo. Show me where you're doing it. So everybody and their mother is getting lipo, and everybody is trying to enhance this, tuck that, fill in this. Like it's become such a trend, and guys just looking to better the way they look. And if that's what you want to do and you feel better about yourself, man, go ahead. Self-love is the best love you can ever have. And if you feel like nipping and tucking and fixing is something you want to do, go right ahead. I'm here for it. But just look for the most reliable and reputable people to go to. People have unfortunately passed away. There's a woman who passed away some years back from doing or trying to get a boob job at a certain hospital here in Nairobi. And it's unfortunate to hear of people, trying to enhance and then end up losing their lives. So let it not be tragic, but if you want to do it to feel better about yourself, go right ahead, man. Go right ahead. Let me tell you, I'm going to be enhancing something come 50 years old. When I get to 50 years old, it's definitely happening. I already told my husband, I'm going to be doing this when I'm 50. And he was like, more power to you. I do not refuse. I don't know if that was a compliment or a show of support. Either way, I'll take it. I will take it. Now, going back to Zuchu, the Naringa singer appears to have certain concerns about her body that she believes would be solved if she underwent cosmetic surgery. The singer in a video pleaded with Diamond Platinums to pay for an enhancement. On a Snapchat account, Zuchu and Diamond are hanging out when she records herself asking if she can upgrade her chest. Now, how did I know that would be the area? Now, she appears to tell him she is insecure. Of course, the whole conversation is recorded on Snapchat. You can get the full account of it. I'm not going to repeat it here, but you can get the full account of it on Mpasho. But it eventually led to the Wasafi CEO agreeing to her request, but warned her that he would not visit her in hospital. Yikes. Content creation plus demands for plastic surgery. That's the world we live in. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, away from that, we do have, in other content creation news, Nicki Minaj, who on Saturday night was arrested in Amsterdam. The irony. In Amsterdam for calling what they for carrying what they call soft drugs. Now, this could be interpreted as, the green herb, you know, the spliff, um, the Mary Jane. Is legal within certain perimeters. That's mostly the cafes where they are sold. So people usually are touring Amsterdam to get a feel of that, and they sell them in all sorts of, flavors and all sorts of forms, but it is legal. However, when she was at the airport, she was arrested by a very big looking policeman who were politely asking her, please get into my car so I can arrest you. I swear that was one of the most politest ways of arresting a person, if you saw the video that she captured on her live. Now, she asked as to why she was being arrested. She claimed she did not have the drugs. She claimed that she did not even get to see her own luggage as it came out. So she was wondering, how exactly are you arresting me for something that I have not even had a hand of or seen yet? Apparently, the cops were also upset over the fact that she had recorded the entire thing on her phone, the case. So for that particular case, she landed herself in jail, even after asking for a lawyer. Of course, not all laws apply to all countries. And in this one, they were like, utapata lawyer, ukombele. Tutapata ukombele. But for now, get into my car, please, and let us arrest you. Now, this led, of course, to her unfortunately canceling the gig that she went to do in Manchester. Now, fans were left furious after the American rapper's concert at Manchester's Co-op Live Arena was abruptly cancelled following her arrest at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport. Now, Minaj was detained on suspicion of exporting soft drugs, fined, and then permitted to continue her journey, according to Dutch police. However, she didn't arrive in Manchester in time for her Saturday show, which was postponed at about 20,000 fan arena. Among the disappointed fans was Imogen Pope, who's 18 from Newton Le Willows in Merseyside, who said she was pretty livid. She said, I spent £150 for my ticket and booked a day off of work for it. And we sat there about 3 hours waiting, and we got told it's not happening. Videos of where the concert was happening, it was just littered full of fans, all in their pink hats, pink tops, pink pants. It was a pink celebration of Nicki Minaj. 20,000 as to whether she was carrying it, but if she did pay the fine, she might as well have been guilty. For you, of course, fans as it was made to seem, because she said that it was somewhat of a quote unquote sabotage. Let's talk about it on +254 788 As you send in your request, let me know exactly what you like to listen to. This is your request hour on the Breakfast Jam.
Yeah, sawa sawa, isaidie tu tuko wax kama kao. K the great. Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life, so live your life. Oh. Before ni dirty nijenge na V8 baba. Before they play me nionyeshe mali snacks. Mali snacks wako. Surgery ya utaona ma mistakes. Inaitwa surgery. Unaweza acha kucomplain. Haigeni main. Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life, so live your life. Oh, fire, you know I'm right. Yeah. Welcome to paradise. Yeah. Girl, don't just fantasize. Yeah. Light up and free your mind. Yeah. So drop.
Patandika kunidisi tabona mbia nani amekupea this many hits in a row. So dance for me, babe. Just dance for me, babe. Dance for me, babe. Just dance for me. Yeah, mini jina kubwa labda tuzungumze na babako. Gari kubwa manishanga utaitishwa za macho. Bai mtumba ukihopa ijabeba kikulacho. Vibes tunakupaka unapenda jenga haso. Lines tu zinakuja utasarenda mako. Ni like tu ataka nimeka watu moja mbaya hapo. Hii night iko true hadi kesho jione kwa mpasho. Hii life wezi jua so tonight please can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life, so live your life. Whoa, oh, fire, you know I'm right. Yeah. Welcome to paradise. Yeah. Girl, don't just fantasize. No. Light up and free your mind. Free your mind. How can I be free? How can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life. So live your life. Whoa, oh, fire, you know I'm right. So welcome to paradise. Don't just fantasize.
The darkest days are waging war.
Only women and children are the important ones.
Where do we go from here? Till eternity.
Yeah, I do for the culture, mimi culture na catch. Nishatwa masingo, unataka project yangu ni art. Yeah, chilla the prophet. Nasema no neki happen. Wah, the better the concept, the brighter the lights, the bigger the show. Na kushow kitu new, na ntanidu ni trust just once. Jua tuka, neza idu, uneza idu. Take chance, na miku deliver ni mass. Undercover na siezi relax. Zwezi piga na diet match. Mwezi mzima maveji manyama, rodi kwa sana. Washasema weni performer. Asante ka already unaiona. Yeah, this is a toast to all of my day ones. My day ones, chungeni police. Mapedi wamengia kwa venue na trees. Already komoshi inakuja na breeze. I love it.
When the showman said, come see me live on stage, the night will be amazing, one you will never forget. So for you, I made this gift for you just to show I love you.
I really do. Na I do for the culture, mimi culture na catch. Nishatwa masingo, unataka album yangu ni art. Lazima imarinate, ikitoka jikoni unasalivate. Ataka unanchukia unashindwa kuhate. Nimepanga mishoni unafoni trace, niko live. Yeah, na tisho ya white na Nike Air. Na siku ya mine na kam ngojea. Shin City ni fiam tokea. The mayor, kitu you can't compare. Stage ya mine na theirs itakuwa ni so unfair. I'm aware, kitu nadua na copy, and that's how I like it, yeah. I'm here to inspire you guys. Ikiatu ni mbaya kiprice, nilifiatu ni kama kutry, vitu anakata kutry.
Come see me live on stage, the night will be amazing, one you will never forget. But it's all for you. until the night is over. I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. It's been a hell of a ride, but every single moment you were there by my side. Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You see through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together. I make I just love you and hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand. Hold you for my hand.
Over and over again, yeah, my love is burning, babe. Feels like time is frozen and the night is for us. We're alone again, every moment's golden, yeah. Feelings I've been holding in, it must be love. Whenever I'm broken, you make me feel whole. Whenever I'm lonely, you're there for my soul. Wherever you are, girl, that's where I call my own. Whenever you doubt it, I'll be letting you know. Oh, girl, I want to be dancing with you forever. You sit through the storm and take me as I am. Baby, it's magic anytime that we're together. I make her just love you and hold you for my hand. 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 I wanna be in your light until the night is over. I wanna hold you so tight, coming closer. I wanna be in your light until the night is over. Until the night is over. Until the night is over.
My name is Zuhura Othman. I live at Magomeni. My love for music really started when I was very, very little.
Hey, you're Tron.
Kila linalonifika, maana kukosea ni wajibu. Mola meshaandika na sianguki. Mimi nimechaguliwa na mtegemea achoki, hajawahi kupitiwa. Hajaumbiwa nyungu nyungu wala mtu mwenye maarifa. Kweli mabaya sikosi, najua mazuri yangu mtayasema nikifa. Unaniona napambana kwa tabu na dhoruba, washike ng'oo, utadhani wao hawana. Umewapa vikubwa, ila bado hiki kidogo changu kinawatoa roho. Nasiamugi, mimi nimechaguliwa. Nategemea hachoki, hajawahi kupitiwa. Navyotuma viniue, ndo vinanikuza, vinanipa ujasiri na kuwa gado kamili. Taka kunidhurumia, upite kwake kwanza. Mungu wangu halali, ana ulinzi mkali. Nani amana naringa, 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 mimi naringa, nalindwa na Mungu. Msinione navimba, 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 nalindwa na Mungu.
Zuchu with Naringa, of course, with that piano beat always in the background. Tanzanians have expressively and extensively embraced that particular sound fully. The other beat they've expressively and extensively embraced is the Afro beats. It's interesting to hear them. Every time they put out music, you know what you're going to get. I was at a joint on Friday night, and I just saw the consistency in Tanzanians and keeping up with that music. Anyway, we're all about your requests. We have a very few minutes to go. Actually, we're in the last 10 or so minutes of the show, of course. Big shout out to you who has been listening in and tuning in. Thank you so much for the love. Really appreciated it. We're finishing off with the last bit of the news making the headlines this morning. Of course, there's been a big debate over this thing of paying artists to come for interviews. And it can be done in different forms. You can, decide to give a token if you're that kind of a media house, or you can decide to, not give and say, I'll just come by your music. It's always been a quid pro quo kind of relationship, right? And it has always been one where, you give us the content when you come in for interviews, we give you the platform. That's how we gain off of each other. It's always been that kind of a relationship. But now more and more artists are now demanding kind of like a stipend to come in to do their interviews. The one thing I understand is probably facilitation or logistics. Because sometimes somebody might want to come for an interview, but they're hard up. They can't just simply make it to the studio. We've had to do that a few times. And it was, a way of just helping somebody get to where they need to be. It's small contribution, but we have ways of doing it. And it doesn't have to be outright, payouts as people make it seem. Now, one person who was talking about this in particular and was interviewed just the other day was KRG the Don, who is apparently dropping a reality show of his own very soon. And he was just like, as someone who has a foot in both worlds, he generally thinks there is always a work around these things, which can still see people remain as friends and help each other out in the end. He said, I don't want to take sides because I'm an artist and this is a marriage. I need the media in as much as they need me. And also, I'm a media house owner. I have shares in several media houses. Hapakule chinyamaji tu. But do you say? But do you say? So it goes to say, so all I can say is if an artist right now, I am currently trending and I charge you, next time I might not be the hottest news, but I have a song or something and I want you to push it for me. When I come to talk to you, you see how that we are not friends. Things will be tricky. It's better and easier if we become friends. That is a relationship between artists and media. We pick each other up. But if you really are in a tight spot, you can just say, hey, I really just want to come through, but I'm broke right now. So you send me transport to and fro, nikuje tupige kipindi. Simple and honest. And I also think the same thing. If you're hard up, everybody gets hard up at one point or another. Every single person. And sometimes that help needs to be there. Sometimes it can be extended. And the media house, if they're able to, they're able to. If they can't, they can't. Because for real, everybody is going through it, including those media houses. So give them a little bit of grace, just a little bit of grace. If they're able to, they will skumia you. If they can't, till the next time. But don't paint them out to be the villains just because they're unable to. Because all of us are going through the same kind of financial craziness. So I do echo KRG's sentiments. I just wish to know which media houses has he invested in. I am very, very curious. In the meantime, we'll be looking out for his new reality TV show that's going to be coming out soon, or rather has already come out. Of course, he has said the show is yet to be named, so it hasn't come out yet. It's about, lifestyle and his normal life and what he does on a day-to-day basis. He'll be bringing in Wasani to discuss on the shows, also to, sing here and there. But he's like, it's, for guys who are lovers of movies, social media, his lifestyle, his homes, his offices, his businesses, his family, his dating life. If you want to find out all of that, check out for his new reality TV show coming soon. Now, I'm very selective about my TV shows, especially reality ones. I don't just go jumping on any. Still yet to jump on the bandwagon for Real Housewives of Nairobi. I've still backed on episode 1. Haven't moved yet. But if you are, let me know. Put me on and plug me. And let me know, +254-878-838-0030, which reality show you are watching. I think we're going to be doing a breakdown once in a while of some of these shows, looking at what they have to offer week by week. And then we reach the one that definitely should be at the top of everyone's list. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us. It's been an amazing morning. At exactly 9:50 a.m., we're finishing off with your requests. We're going to be putting out on socials later on today our motivational innovation Monday topic, and it comes all the way from Laikipia and how they dealt with the floods. So you'll be checking that out on the socials later on today. I'm going to be also having amazing music playing on the platform, so be sure to tune into www.iconradio.co.ke throughout the day for amazing tunes to get you through your Monday. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Have a fantastic morning ahead. Have a fantastic day ahead. Stay safe. We'll catch you guys again on the Breakfast Jam with your girl, Myra Maloba, the Afro-Punk Queen. Have a fantastic day ahead.
Headphone music.
Mama kamba bananilowa, Ozi pene katapalowa. Mama kamba bananilowa, Ozi pene katapalowa. Mako, polo, why mona abi on the daily? Mako, polo, why mona abi on the daily? I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, I keep a distance. I cover distance. Oh. Sura ya pesa, sauti ya mitonyo, natafuta sio kibisho. Wanga wanateseka na kuchonga midomo, sijali na wafungia vio. I make million. The more you hit, the more I make more billions. Yeah. Wicha man, chili man, niko Oman, ninakula zangu biriani. Wanaroga upate kidogo, ukipata wanakuwa mbogo, kumbe wanakulamba kisogo. Amwaka huu hatutaki shobo, atucheke na kima tusijevuna mabo. Ukikosa heshima ujue na kuzingua, mke nampa pesa we unaleta maua. Saa ukijilengesha nikikamata na ua. Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh,
started from the bottom, now we here. Tunazid make big money to I say. Aliyeko juu mfate uko juu, singoje na utapofika juu kaza kamba usilege. Tanzania inatetema, oh inatetema. Zambia inatetema, oh inatetema. From a distance, down paka Wisconsin, paka Chicha, East paka Tweet. Yo, I'm a ghetto, I'm a hero. Call me real, check it still on. As a crew of me, a bila zero check, sasa naito hero. Read between the lines, hater, I'm a hooligan. This shit is flammable, you better run. Kuderina janja buga tukibao. Usifana nishe na upuzi wao. Selecta fanya ucheza tena kikibao. Wacha kichune tutuspika kina bamba.
Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, yo, they're not ready, they're not ready. Step up in the place, they drop the confetti. They're not steady, they're not steady. I've been with that KK9 talking Betty, but money never rule the man. The girl don't wanna do the man. Pull up in a new sedan, goddamn sue the man. I apply pressure on those that I pressure, and those that I pressure. That event guy Fisher. Mama, have you noticed? I've been pushing for this from a bucket list of raps. I've been trying to flow this. They won't try to upload this, but I ain't rapping for them. They will try to flow this. It's never popping for them. Drop it like voodoo, chaka chaka doodoo. From the west to the east, feeling like Zulu. Bunch of fulu. They love the way I raise the bar to the roof. I be feeling monga name Mbulu. Harder than an oven. Run the track like a road run. For some time but we're not done. Keep a distance to some mad man. Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Mama kamba wananilowa, usipende katapalowa. Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? Oh no, why mona abi on a daily? I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, I keep a distance, I cover distance. Oh, Banka.
Mona, nicha okituma utatwana. Nagua kako aimie, nicha okituma utatwana. Katunga kowoleile, na mwende kowoleile. Stop.
Tukanenge pressure mano, mapenzi mandeza ndesa kwanza utaingwa mbesa ona kisikati semba mapenzi neskamu mwambe umepata na tangamu pesa ziadhalani tabu umepata ni aibanga na nedhabu na kongela uchumi wotawala wazakayo mtuwe mubandu mautanangu wani mbandu wakwata mwana badu pembas ne mbandu Batman machine kabange kalani singo Nongi kalanga singo na kumatwana singo kawane the singo no tiwa nevinda singo nongi kalanga singo no ngibeni kawane the singo kibetona na babo cha senge mundo wena kiveti nunenga wenda yana nena na bachala sisi andukete kile maota ondeto samana kumakula kuyanyanya Wengelekanyo amunenga ivo wake na ine maisi asiana na mishoto ni weminge twele tuniwe twinge uwe kutongoza kukwema sianye na nyaka ya kunuselewa wesa kwithi wana kivetine mundu wapatana siana siaku na tumolie nina nanga idembe oso kutungane tinandu kethe na musie wina wau waku mukuru angengete nesiana ngamwenoja kumbe siana siake ninya kemulonja kumbe ne mwalimu wa galati na kila sangeti langa thelwa kabo tukanenge pressure mano mapenzi mandeza ndesa kwanza utaingwa mbesa ona kisikati semba mapenzi neskamu mwambe umepata na tangamu pesa ziadhalani tabu umepata ni aibanga na nedhabu na kongela uchumi wotawala wazakayo mtuwe mubandu mautanangu wani mbandu wakwata mwana badu pembas ne mbandu Batman machine kabange kalani singo nongi kalanga singo na kumatwana singo kawane the singo no tiwa nevinda singo nongi kalanga singo no ngibeni kawane the singo kibetona na babo chako
Niachenya shipite boss kwani mini nugu sikosi nguvu baby girl mi ukula njugu bad to the bone lazima nikunywe supu shake that thing hadi upigwe marufuku kaende kifo cha mende unaninyonya kama maembe na tembe gembugu vitu zetu usiseme wacha wapati wakidhani kuna venye peleka juu peleka chini usiogope kuu rarua mini ikishika sana toa ulimi zako zikipanda cheza na nani five-star hotel kwetu ni Gaza naroga ka vibes katel niko na answer uko na swali naeza tell bombastic side shavuka boda napiga Ethiopia kani 420 tupate tukichoma pigia pedi akuje na keroma hizi mamoshi zinatibu mpaka homa madem wanapaka hina na ma foundation wanasema right now to my location wanajua sindo huanga na formation mpesa confirmation leo celebration tuko area cheki vile dogo metubeba tikisha kichwa tuongeba ule dili mako hala zamebeba sitoki kono na mabega tetele kakao na malaya shingo kando komengedya jikone nikao na bakteria alafu pofu inakubalika uko divine baby Zambono kwenye chrome. Kona body fine na salam alaikum salam. Kazi ya brown kwangu kitu haram. Ukiuka ghost nikisha tomagezo salam. Niko na time endo za kuwest kama ho nikisha get bored. Your bum bum, it's like a ticking boat when you tip in toes. Yeah, I want some more of your bum bum. Napiga proper toka morning paka jion. From the window to the wall, bedroom paka jikon. Plana duka kukuta tani ya chameleon. Kasi maisha kukadria bakala.